After long days of hiking and sleeping in a tent, to sleep inside is actually beautiful, especially because last night's hurricane literally blew people's tents away. We left Puerto Natales, hiked to the base of Las Torres, slept at Chileno, ate noodles, hiked back up for sunrise, followed the trail along Lake Nordenskjold towards Los Cuernos to camp again at Camping Frances, before the epic trip up the French Valley to both the French and Britannic lookouts with the autumnal trees and granite cliffs, before trudging through the wind towards Paine Grande, where we finally slept inside.
It is breakfast time here. We have got our porridge as per every single day, what we eat every day, with peanut butter and Snickers in.
Plan for the day is that we're going to walk up to Lake Grey, which is meant to take around 4.5 hours, and then we're going to do a glacier hike, which I've never done before. Have you done a glacier hike before?
No, I haven't.
So first for both of us, and that's really exciting.
Long before the Europeans arrived, Patagonia was home to indigenous peoples who lived in balance with this harsh landscape. Groups like the Tehuelche moved across these plains, following guanaco, reading the wind, the mountains and the seasons as part of everyday life. This refugio had art on the walls representing that original heritage. As we head up the final leg of the W, with the turquoise blue of Lake Pejo behind.
The weather hasn't been great, slightly cold. The walk's not too tough, and actually this walk from Paine Grande to Refugio Grey is meant to be one of the easiest, but just the conditions being slightly worse makes you grateful that actually for the rest of the time we've had this incredible weather with sun and blue skies. I also think one of the cool things about doing this trek and hiking in general is just the people that you meet along the way. We've been walking for a few days now, and every single day you end up walking next to people on the trail and you start talking to them, and they're from a different place in the world and they tell you about, I don't know, you have really interesting conversations with really interesting people.
The wind here can really be relentless. Some moments you're leaning into it, and others it just drops completely. As we move away from the region, the landscape opens up with wide valleys and lakes appearing on the left.
And we are about halfway between Paine Grande to Camp Grey, which has been a very pleasant walk, very windy, actually very flat. We've got to the Mirador, the viewpoint of the Grey Glacier, which looks absolutely epic. I can't believe we're going to be climbing this thing today. In the afternoon, we're going to be standing there on top of that.
After about an hour or so, the trail starts to gently rise and fall. From here, the trail clings to the hillside, lifting us higher above the lake.
A little bit rocky coming down, especially because there's a stream flowing through the rocks as well. But just step by step, we made it.
And before long, we've reached Camp Grey. There are two companies here that own the refugios and camps on the W Trek. Las Torres own the camps in the east, so Chileno and Frances that we stayed at, and Vertice owns the western side, Paine Grande and Refugio Grey. The Torres campsites are definitely nicer but more expensive. These Vertice ones are basic but cheaper.
We have had our lunch at Grey campsite, which was a lovely dry peanut butter sandwich. And this afternoon we're doing an ice hike.
And the sun is shining. It was predicted to rain, so fingers crossed it holds out.
And with our hiking friends, Abhi, Priya and Sean, we headed north to the lakeside, the meeting point of the ice hike. Now this isn't a normal part of the W Trek, this is a side quest that we're doing, but offered by a company called Bigfoot, the only company that can offer ice hiking and ice kayaking in this part of the national park.
We've been given a rucksack with our kit in, and we are now jumping on the boat which will take us near to the glacier.
Through the hike, you're constantly meeting the same people along the trail, and night after night together, you end up actually becoming really good friends. Everyone's going through the same hardship. The rigid, inflatable boat bounces lightly across the icy waters of Lake Grey. The wind biting at your face, carrying hints of snow and glacier melt as we weave through giant icebergs with the granite peaks above. This journey itself was an incredible one. Every turn of the boat reveals a new perspective of the glacier and the sheer wall of ice slowly coming towards you. And as we approach the glacier, the scale really becomes clear. It is ginormous.
That looks amazing.
From above, you can really see the giant crevasses in the glacier. You definitely would not want to fall in those, boys. We stop glacier side, gear up with helmets, harnesses, ice spikes and axes before heading on to the glacier.
Come. You walk too close, very dangerous because you're gonna do this. The cramps is gonna get stuck.
We're now suited up, got our helmets on, our harnesses and our crampons, ready to not go fall in the crevasse.
The first ice is streaked with sediment and rock, a patchwork of grey, black and white that makes you realise that glaciers are far from pristine.
It's just out of this world. Just this giant desert of ice. Just the scale of it when you're here in person. It is absolutely ginormous.
Each step you take crunches underneath. As we move forward, the ice gradually shifts into striking shades of blue and white. Considering we're walking on ice, these ice spikes really mean that you can't slip anywhere, but you do have to watch your step.
This is like see-through, this bit is. Can you see it?
We follow in our guide's trail as he checks the ice for depth, pressing in front of himself with his ice axe. We pass over patches of frozen water, onto ridges and out onto the vast icy desert with the giant crevasses below. Crevasses form because glaciers are always moving. Ice flows really slowly like a river, but it's brittle near the surface. So when the glacier moves over uneven ground and bends, the surface of the ice stretches and cracks. Just looking down from above these really does give you the fear.
You're gonna stay there?
The ice also creates giant caves.
Looks like a worm went through it, doesn't it? Like a giant worm. Our guide is setting up some ropes to lower us into a cave. How do I feel about this? Running water inside, whipping cold winds on the glacier.
We use the ropes to clip in and lower down into the bluest of blue. We are now inside the Grey Glacier with the water rushing beneath us. Wow. This is unlike anything I've ever been in. We hiked off the glacier and took the Zodiac back and got back to the tents. This is our last night here in the park, and we are staying in the pre-erected tents again, and we've hired a sleeping bag and a pillow and a mat.
So it's pretty cozy. It's not quite as nice as the tents that we were staying in, but it's alright, it'll do. We have heard it's pretty windy here at night though, so we'll see how that plans out tonight.
And we finished our evening with a cheeky bowl of noodles and even treated ourselves with a $10 cheese and crackers from the mini market before heading into the Refugio for a drink where our friends were staying after their hot buffet dinner. I'm not jealous or anything.
I'm scared. It's been amazing, but I am feeling weary now as a result of 4 days. Excited to get back to home comforts.
Me and Sam are taking the boat, the Navigation Grey, from here, Camp Grey, which takes us out of the park, so it will take us down to Hotel Lago Grey, where we can get the bus to Puerto Natales. Navigation Grey 3, RIP 1 and 2 that sank. I'm not sure if they actually sank, but why is it number 3? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out on the boat. The boat ticket includes a cheeky pisco sour, the national cocktail, and it's served with fresh ice cut from the Grey Glacier out the back. This really has been an experience.
I feel like we started off as strangers and now we have a really nice group of people and we're gonna stay in touch, hopefully. So that's been the best part. And of course the scenery, it's been beautiful.
Yeah, the real W was the people we met on the way.
Up steep rocks to granite sunrises, along huge stretches of lake with iconic towers above, with autumnal valleys and giant glaciers both above us and underneath us.
Favorite thing about the W were the people that we found on the trek, for sure.
The scenery is also out of this world. You kind of experience all seasons in one trek.
What a journey it's been. If you've enjoyed the videos, make sure you're subscribed, as I'm sure I've got another video you'd like to watch.
Worst thing with the Torres del Paine, the second time around at sunrise, and the whole way up I was literally cursing Kiran, like, why are we doing this again? We literally did the same thing yesterday. But then as soon as we got there and the sun rose and the light hit the mountains, I completely forgot everything. It was amazing.
I think it's very similar. Like in the moment, you're like, I really hate this. And it was the second day, walking all the way from Chileno, all the way to Cuernos, and then to Frances. I was like, this sucks and I hate this. At the end of it, I think it was a very fulfilling day.
The rocks, the boulders at Torres and the boulders everywhere. Because I now have knee problems chronically. But I would do it again.
Every time your knee hurts, you think back to those rocks.
It's because of 50 miles of this.
But we definitely underestimated the walk from Chileno to Frances. Like, it was much longer than we thought it was going to be.
Probably the state of my knees now. 4 days I keep going on about it, but hopefully no lasting damage has been done.